Never let you down, I'ma shine on sight. Keep your mind on your grind and off of mine's alright, right? Hard, I'ma ball on those squares. I float in $250,000 cars everywhere I go. I know in the lead it may seem me might be, but no matter what they doing, they don't do it like me.
You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene.
Welcome to the Urban Sports Scene, a young retrospective look at sports in the urban area. Leading on mic this week is Big Fish, as usual. I'm back, taking Ray Rogers' spot. But I'm here with my co-hosts and gatherers and people who have topics and opinions on sports. To my left, I got the LeBron James of Boys and Girls Club. Say something for him, Coach Al.
Hello, good afternoon.
I got Wally holding it down in the low post. Say hi to the people, Wally.
What's up, folks?
I got William T.
What's going on?
And we got Ray Rogers, Daddy.
Rest in peace, Arnold and Blanche.
Well, this week we want to first start off with a big topic that's going on in the D.C. area right now. Stephen Strasburg. Somebody please get a hold of this. Somebody let me know what y'all think about Stephen Strasburg. The game's going on right now. What you think about that over there, Will T?
He looks good. He looks like after the first inning he calmed down. After the first inning they had a close up of him. He looked relieved to get those 3 outs.
It looks like he's pushing pretty well. I mean, the Nats are up right now. He's got a couple strikeouts. His arm looks a little live. He's hitting 95, 96 mile per hour. He's hitting his fastball real nice. I mean, what else? What take you think? Is the hype living up to it? What you think about that, Wally?
It's hard to say right now. He's playing against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who aren't a very good offensive scoring team. So, I mean, when he gets challenged correctly, we'll see.
Well, that's why his first thought was against Pittsburgh, so that way he can get those first game jitters out and live up to the hype, get the fan base excited. It's all about money. It's not even about Stephen Strasburg.
Well, how many innings y'all think they're going to let him in, leave him in there for? 5, 6?
5 innings.
6.
5 and a
Yeah,
third.
it's about 6. He ain't going up to no hitter.
And
About 6.
he won't even get he'll get a no decision.
Well, he might be able to get the win. They're up right now.
He is up to
1-0.
Yeah, Zimmer hit a home run. They probably gonna live off the hype, and they probably score a couple more runs. The Nationals can score. They got power.
Their closers have been terrible as of recent, though.
But right now, I mean, he's the big attention in the D.C.
You know
area.
what their closers are? Well, Caps is one.
Caps. No, Caps is the closer. He's a good. He was good.
He's a good closer.
No, he
He's
was like
good,
something
but
by a
He
second.
just blew a save, I
In
think.
Houston.
He blew against the Orioles, his first blown save,
Yeah,
and
that
after
really
that,
kinda,
that messed
ticked
him
me
up.
off.
He's not the only closer, though.
No, he's the only
No, he is
closer.
their
He's
closer.
their closer.
He's not the only closer, I
Of course,
said.
I mean,
No,
there's
they
some
have
people that,
they have
you know,
setup guys, but he's the closer.
closer.
He's the closer.
Well, let me
What
ask
about
Six run.
Clippard? He's a
he's
setup
setup man.
man.
He's a
Okay,
setup man.
true. That's right. All right.
Well, let me ask you guys this, since something that they probably haven't been talking about that goes along with his debut is that Pudge is back, and with Pudge being back, that's really going to help his first start in the major league.
Yeah, Pudge does wonders with young pitchers. He did the same thing in Florida with Josh Beckett and
Dontrell.
AJ Burnett. Penny. So he's used to doing it, man. He's won championships with young pitching, and he even did the same thing with the Tigers organization.
We know Stephen Strasburg, he's really holding it down right now on the mound, but let's transition to another sport going on. This past weekend, John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood, passed away. Well, I mean, pretty much the legend of college basketball. I mean, it really doesn't get too much bigger than him. I mean, what you guys think about that? What do you think about this passing over there, William T?
I think it was a tragedy that he passed. He lived a full life. He was 99 years old. To me personally, I watched just watching some of the old films of of his UCLA teams. I think he was a great coach. He was probably a better teacher. He helped a lot of his players off the court with his pyramid of life.
You caught on ESPN Classic?
Yeah, a little bit.
About to say.
I know you got something for us, Coach Al. You're a coach. Did you steal any of his techniques? Did you pay your players?
No, I did not. John Wooden he was a great coach, but all this about him passing away, he was 99 years old. I mean, what do you expect? When I look at it, he lived a great life. I think it would have been better if they would have honored him while he was living. Give him a celebration about, an annual thing with UCLA of his great teams. But at that time, with his players he did buy a lot of his players. So then if you look at the players that he had against, the rest of the nation, it was a reason why they were that good. I mean, people don't talk about that, but there was a reason why they were that good.
Do you think John Wooden would have been as successful as he was back then as far as the current state of college basketball?
No, not a chance. Because one, the college players stay. Back then, they stayed 4 years.
That's a hypothetical, though.
No, but also you have to also remember that freshmen couldn't even play varsity. People tend to forget that.
Yeah, because, he had Bill Walton and Kareem pretty much coming in back-to-back recruiting seasons. So we're talking 6 years of having them full-fledged seasons. Me personally, I think if he'd have coached now, his national championships probably would have been cut in half. I think he probably would have been able to get at least 4 or 5, but as far as double digits and 10 and winning as many in a row, I think he wouldn't have been able to do that.
I don't think he would have been able to get 4 or 5 because, like I said, when you have a superstar player, they're not staying 4 years. They're not staying 3 years. You're lucky if they stay 2 years. They're gonna be one and done. So,
well, the reason I was saying he would probably get something like 4 or 5 is the longevity of a type of coach like that. We're talking a coach who may coach 30 plus years. The longevity of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure he might have been able to squeeze in 4 or 5 out of the longevity of a coach's span. Like Bobby Knight.
Yeah,
Bobby Knight coached a long time, and just like Coach K's been coaching over 30 years. And a number of national titles he have. I'm not talking about you get him in a short span. I'm talking about as far as a career-wise, he might be able to squeeze out 4 or 5.
So you're talking about in a certain era.
Yeah,
but you
especially particularly late 70s.
Coach
early
K
80s.
might surpass him, in my opinion, because I think he is going to get
surpass him how?
John, 11 titles.
11 titles? No, that's not.
No,
that's
it's
not gonna
impossible.
happen. That's
It's
not gonna happen.
impossible.
Coach K's only has what, 3?
How
He
many?
has, he has 4. He has 4, and he got Seth Curry coming next year. He got Nolan Smith returning. He got
So
the
he's gonna
Plumlee
win
brothers.
6 more national championships?
He's not going because
You
you're
can't-
gonna have all
no.
these. You're gonna still have all these
The
like
John
1 year.
Wooden record would never be broken. That record would never be broken.
We can't say that.
I'm saying it now. It would never be broken.
In the current state of college basketball, it's so hard for a coach. You think? I mean, it'll be almost impossible for Coach K to win another 6 national championships.
And also, people forget that John Wooden won his first championship, I think his 14th year. 14, 13 year
Yeah.
coaching. So you got to understand, like, if you're in a marquee school, you don't win, and you don't win, and you
Say the first 3 to 5 years.
you're getting fired. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this record right here is not going to be broken. Also, you got to realize, if you win 3 or 4 championships, guess what? The NBA's calling.
How long do you think Coach K has to coach? How long do you think he has
he's
left to
going
coach? Yeah.
Probably about 10 to 15 more years, if
That
that.
long?
Because he can coach as long as he wants.
He
He's
doesn't.
never-
He
he's
doesn't
never gonna get
age.
fired.
I think he can coach another 10 years. I think he may cut it short depending on his health because of what happened in the past. But I think it also depends on the development of assistant coaches. Like Collins and Wojo, they do a lot of coaching that you don't really see.
Correct.
You know, they do a lot of the background coaching. But let's
I have a quick question.
Go ahead,
Juan.
Juan.
Quick question. Who do y'all think in terms of today's coaches though could take it to the John Wooden level in terms of saying like his legacy or how they feel about their play, like how the players feel about their coach?
Oh, I mean, you already have coaches now that players feel the same way.
But they can go back and say like that's like my father figure and things.
I mean, that's what a coach is almost is.
But who would you say? I mean, who would you say? Give me some
I would
examples.
say Coach K. I would say even the Georgetown coach Thompson. You know, like I said,
Roy Williams is a better example.
I didn't say Roy Williams.
No, I said he's a better example in my opinion. But go ahead though.
No, Roy. The good thing about Roy is he'll tell the player to leave, meaning just get the dollar figure. But Wooden did. He molded boys into men, and you have to stay 3 to 4 years. That's what I'm saying. You have to look at a coach that has players that stay. And like I said, Coach K has players.
Well, what
that
about
stay.
like these coaches that are like living legends, like Dean Smith to me? Like
Yeah,
I
like
think
Dean
like
Smith, but you're
I
saying-
think
you're
Dean
saying
Smith.
people
I actually
now.
think Dean Smith
Do
is
you-
bigger overall than
Do you
Wooden
mean
myself.
that is there a current coach
No,
that's
because-
close to his status as far as being a
I mean,
legendary
in
type
terms
coach
of
of that,
a living
or on
coach,
a path
I'm
to
talking
being that?
about just a living legend kind of coach, like a Coach K. Coach K is a living legend. You know what I mean? In our era, he's a living legend. Dean Smith is a living legend.
Correct.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
outside of
So-
maybe
Era currently.
Coach
Well, I was
K,
talking about, like, current
Boheim,
level,
and all those
I
guys,
mean-
Calhoun.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Or
list
even-
is
or even
the list
another-
is pretty short. And as far as it being coming up to that legendary status, you're gonna have to put in some time at your school. We're
Jerry
talking 20 plus
Tarkanian.
years.
Or
Jerry
even in
Tarkanian.
another sport, you got a Penn State coach,
Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno.
But I mean, you probably have to put him in the same league as far as Wooden, because they was coaching at the same time.
The only person in Wooden League is Gino Auriemma. He's killing it in Pat Summit. Ladies, they count.
Yeah, they
I
do,
mean,
they
that's
do,
hard
they
to do. He's about to break his record
Yeah,
next year.
he's probably going to break all coaching records, but he even said it. It's no comparison to men.
No, he did
He even
say-
said it.
He on the
All right, we done
slide,
lost
isn't he
our
trying
baby
to-
boomer listeners.
On the slide, isn't he trying
And
to
our women
be a
listeners.
head coach? He want to be
Females.
a men's coach?
No.
He doesn't want to
His
never?
game is suited for women.
Okay.
No,